I do have to say a few thank yous. I don't know if John and Tracy are here, but they let me invade their property for the whole summer out by Beach Corner. It's an amazing, beautiful place to work. And I mean, the noise of the grinders and chiseling and everything else. So it disrupted their life, but thank them so much. And then also Dean and Kathy Jeffrey, who are here, they're neighbors to the property, and they showed up with food and drinks, and I'd get a text message, "I've got leftovers for you." So those things just meant so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, and all the people who came out and visited while I was there to give support, and other people texting and everything else, just thank you so much. And oh, this part's hard. Everyone knows Vincent van Gogh, but they don't know that he necessarily had a brother named Theo. I've been lucky enough to have a Theo in my life. My brother Byron made this life for me possible to do things like this. And yeah, 3 days ago was the 20th anniversary of the lady hitting me on my motorcycle, and as the gurney was hitting the operating theater doors to do the amputation, the nurse came running and said, "It's his brother, he's in the jungle in Indonesia, stop." So for that connection with him was just so incredible. So thank you to the Creator for having him in my life. It's made this possible. So, and again, to all you who came and supported me today, thank you so much. So this piece is called "Let Us Grow Together." The figure in this stone, titled "Let Us Grow Together," came to me as I contemplated the theme of reconciliation. The journey of our people and the new cultures that arrived on these lands has been complicated and oftentimes cruel in its nature. One element that is often overlooked and disregarded is that the peoples that arrived had been developing their own cultures and ways of life for multiple millennia, but upon encountering the inhabitants of Turtle Island, they expected the ancestors to embrace these new ways immediately, and when not quickly accepted, forced measures were implemented with devastating results to the indigenous communities. The feather is an important, respected, and vital symbol to us Native people. Its enduring strength, resilience, and beauty make up several of its components. But when enough of the societal pressures faced by our citizens are applied, even that resilience can reach its breaking point, and the struggle for the feather, to be able to grow to its regular dimensions and beauty, often become too much of a struggle, resulting in the damaged and lost generations we witnessed and endured as more and more change came to these lands. The feather is our people, and it is driving its energy to pull itself out of the big block that is the system that the ancestors struggled to adapt to, with one of the biggest hurdles being generations having been convinced that they and their culture were inferior and simply did not matter. The monolith of oppression and self-doubt looms, lurking, always there, injecting its weight into one's soul, forming a tumultuous black cloud in one's psyche that can pressure a soul into a distorted growth that is uneven, delicate, and brittle. But it is still growing. This feather and we have learned to draw on the strength of the ancestor spirits again, where they are embedded deep into Mother Earth, here represented by the waves of strength rippling around that's on the other side, rippling out of the ground to provide strength to their descendants. Those spirits, stretching all the way back to the grandmothers and grandfathers, are represented too in the concave areas as they cut into the foundations of a system that once endeavored to beat the Indian out of the child. Those ancestors battled their way against the staggering odds of colonization to somehow carry on under these overbearing burdens. But keep fighting they did, and they kept the life's breath of our cultures alive, entrusting coming generations to continue with this growth beyond their own goal of simple, singular survival, to the time when a swelling pride would pick up momentum and carry future generations with it to rise to the lofty heights all of us humans are capable of. Beneath the red hand, which is the reminder of the ongoing issue of the missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two spirits, is a skeletal hand that speaks of the hands of the elders' continuous support and encouragement, but is also the hands of that darkness that comes up, reaching out with the intergenerational trauma that is still so rooted in our culture. The orange hand, of course, is a reminder of those lost generations that suffered through being separated from their parents, homes, and culture, and the horrendous abuses that are still being worked out of our families through tremendous efforts to stop the chain of the abuse that was introduced to our culture. This struggling feather is reaching up and growing back into the teepees which are perched above, serving as the everlasting symbols of our home fires. Those fires are a place where peace, comfort, and strength can be found in the embrace and support of family and community. As a community, we are thankful that this process of reconciliation has officially been addressed and partially implemented, but sadly it took the discovery of the 215 in Kamloops to finally bring national attention, awareness, and compassion to a large percentage of the population on an issue that we've been screaming about for decades. Conditions such as many nations not having access to safe drinking water in the 21st century still exist, even though this too has been an issue for multiple years. Disproportionate prison sentences being imposed on Native defendants is another large issue that continues to affect the community, and these and other conditions need to be remedied to bring full belief in reconciliation, thus allowing us to fully embrace and participate wholeheartedly in this initiative. Currently, only approximately 5 of the 94 actions recommended by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada have been implemented. But hopefully, honest efforts in this process of reconciliation will help to change the course of the past damaged by past actions moving forward, and patience will be shown as we continue to adapt. And we ask that you show patience as we catch up to the immigrant society's ways and let us grow together.